streams on our Friday and Saturdays. Wouldn't you say, Elias?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are the days we really like to love. On to the next item so that you always know, so that you can comment on in. Oh, no audio on Facebook.
I'm trying to verify right now.
I'm glad Casey's tuning in. Is one of our content creators for like our videos and commercials and stuff.
That's so cool.
And he's actually is on his way to Italy, but he's stuck in DC since yesterday at 4 p.m. So he's like, must be really bored. He's like, I'm going to tune into the live stream today. Did we get it going, Elias?
Yes, audio's back on.
Yay! Okay, the audio's back. Thank you, Casey, for letting us know, or I would have just kept rambling on and everybody would have missed everything. So, okay, awesome. Well, guys, I will just go over for Facebook and Instagram how y'all shop with us because you probably missed that. You're going to utilize the comment sold feature. It's so easy. I was telling Manvi, it's a really easy way to shop with us. All you're going to do is comment the word sold with the item number. We'll start with 101 and then we work our way down. I will always shout out the item number before we move on, but it's also typically up in the corner of your screen, so you always know what item we're on. However, the price you see in the corner of your screen is going to be a little bit lower because we have a discount code for our live stream viewers. Any item that we feature on the live stream today, you will be able to get 25% off. So you utilize the code LIVE25 and that will get you 25% off. That is good for 24 hours. So don't let those things linger in your cart. Make sure you check out before noon tomorrow so that you can utilize your discount code and get 25% off because y'all, Mommy's jewelry is so nice and the price point's already insane for what you're getting for the designer style that you're getting with these pieces. So to be able to give you an additional 25% off is really, really exciting. So please utilize that coupon code and make sure you get your orders in within the next 24 hours. So that's how you shop. You will get free shipping on all orders $49.99 or more. And that's about it, you guys. All right. If you have any questions, utilize the comment section. Please utilize the comment section. If you have questions for Manvi, if you have questions about the line, if you have questions about any piece, you want to see a piece again, you just holler. That's the fun thing about the live stream. It's completely interactive. So we really do love your interaction. We love it when you comment. The more engagement we have, the more fun it is for everybody, right? So please feel free to utilize that comment section. We want to chit chat with you. We're also going to chit chat with each other a little bit and let you get to know Manvi, let you get to know the name and the face behind the Clarte brand. And so we're going to start off, we're going to do a few questions and we'll get into some products and we'll just kind of bounce back and forth from there. So thank y'all for tuning in. Let's kick this off with Manvi. All right, Manvi. So I sent you these questions. They're not too hard. They're pretty basic, but just to allow everybody to kind of get to know you a bit and really kind of know what brings what brings Clarte here and brought you to this place in your life. So what is your background in jewelry, and what led you to the Clarte line? I know, but I want everybody else to know.
First of all, hello everyone. So grateful to be here. So my dad has been in this industry for over 40 years with his whole line of fine jewelry, and initially I got a degree in fine arts because I wanted to become a designer and an artist. But then a few years ago, I had an idea with my mom to make a fine jewelry line that was very targeted to women as an empowering message. And more than that, was a very inviting process to buy fine jewelry. So that really inspired me. That thought process really inspired me, and that's how Clarte was born. And
I love that. I love that idea of it being an inviting process, because I think you can walk into some high-end jewelry stores, or you walk into, I mean, my goodness, I just walk into like places in the mall, like high-end jewelry stores, and I feel super intimidated sometimes.
I agree.
It's like you feel a little overwhelmed, and it's like you feel like the pressure's on. You're kind of like, okay, like tiptoeing in, you know, there's security at the door likely, and you're just kind of like, oh my gosh, you feel like everybody's kind of like watching, waiting to like come and be like, oh, do you want to see something? And so it's kind of intimidating, especially as a lady, to walk in on your own, and it's kind of like, you know, it can be a little
uncomfortable.
Yes, exactly. It can be uncomfortable. So I love that idea of making it something inviting, where women feel like, oh, I can go buy my own jewelry and treat myself and just have confidence.
That's exactly how it should be, and I really want it to be. And I feel like sometimes the jewelry industry can be really targeted towards the men, and I think it's a very beautiful industry for women essentially too, so it should be a very inviting process for them as well.
Yeah, well, thinking about it, I mean, women, we're wearing the majority of the jewelry.
Exactly.
But you know, there's sometimes this mentality like, oh, the gentlemen are buying it, but we're wearing it. And nowadays, I think a lot of us are buying it for ourselves.
Exactly.
We're treating ourselves more and more,
which is great.
I love that. I love that idea for the Clarte line. And that kind of brings me into the other question, which you mentioned you studied fine arts. So do you think, because I was going to ask you, what do you think you would be doing if you weren't doing Clarte? And so do you think you would have went the fine arts route?
I think definitely. I really enjoy creating things and designing and really working in unique concepts into my life. I think that brings me a lot of joy, creating. So I think definitely maybe fine arts, or maybe I would have done some other sort of business that allowed me to create some unique things for everyone and bring joy somehow, like connecting, bringing joy to people, and creating.
Kind of that combination of creativity, business, art, all wrapped up into one, which is really perfect for creating Clarte and a jewelry line. So many ways you could have done it, but I'm so glad that you went this route.
Thank you.
So glad you ended up with us here at Shop LC creating this line.
Me too.
And just to let y'all know, so Clarte does her jewelry through her website in gold with diamonds. And so Clarte Manvi has actually done this line especially for Shop LC, utilizing vermeil, utilizing moissanite, so that we can bring you these pieces that are truly designer pieces. These are Manvi's designs, but we've kind of switched out some of those materials, and I mention that all the time. That's kind of the beauty of Shop LC, is we oftentimes will switch out materials for, you know, diamonds for moissanite, gold for vermeil, because Shop LC is a place where we want to give people access. And I feel like this line is like, it's the perfect representation of giving people access, because many people out there wouldn't be able to necessarily go on the website, and some might. And if you love these designs, you definitely should check out, you know, Manvi's website. But for many people, if you couldn't make those purchases, you're getting those designer looks at a price point that fits your budget. And I think that's so special. So I'm so glad that you were willing to come over here and partner with Shop LC and bring your line here in a different way.
Of course. I'm so grateful, and I really love your messaging as a company of really giving the customers as much value as possible, while still giving them the best quality and workmanship and quality of stones, etc. So I'm really glad that I can offer something that fits that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Nothing is sacrificed, because I mean, all of these materials are still great. Y'all know, if you tune into the live stream, my favorite gemstone is moissanite. Like I am just obsessed with moissanite. The way it sparkles, I'm like, oh my gosh, how does it get better than this?
I agree.
You're not like losing or sacrificing anything. It's just a little bit different, so we can bring it to you at a different price point. We'll get to one more question and then we'll head on into covering some of these products. So what is your biggest inspiration for your line?
That's such a hard question. I think my experiences in life, like the things I've seen, if I'm traveling somewhere, like observing nature. I think nature is a really big inspiration for me personally, because I think the organic formations that naturally happen in nature, I think translate very well into jewelry, like the organic forms and different sculptural forms. I think that's one of my biggest inspirations and experiences, and also listening to other women in my team and outside and what they feel is lacking in jewelry for them. I really try to also incorporate that definitely, because I want to offer them, which I think is a little bit lacking sometimes, the comfortability when you design jewelry. Sometimes you lose that sometimes. Yeah. So I think that also their experiences inspire me too.
Trying to bring them, because I think there was one piece, I don't know if you have it out here, that was like, is this where like the sand, it might not be this one, where like the sand kind of meets the water.
Dune one. Yeah, I think it's in the other
might have that one.
Maybe.
Or we might not
the bangle
have this
or
one.
something.
Or wait.
I think it was maybe. I'm not sure though.
We might not have that one.
Maybe.
I remember it from last time.
Yes, I remember it.
It's like when the sand.
Yes, the Sable
sand
collection.
And the water. Yes, the Sable collection. Oh wait, no.
It's okay.
Like, do we
it's
have
okay.
it? We don't have it.
No, it's okay.
We might have it somewhere, and I'm just not finding it right now.
About it.
We probably have it on the website, the Sable collection. If we don't end up having it in the show, and I'm just overlooking it right now. So you do get a lot of inspiration from your travels, because I was creeping on your Instagram and I was like, oh my gosh, she was just in Spain. Do you feel like those travels, like, do you feel that inspiration already coming into your new designs?
Definitely. Like one of the collections that I was really inspired from that trip was the Gilded collection, which is basically inspired by the traditional flamenco dance in Sevilla. And the beautiful grace that traditional outfit holds, I was really inspired by. So yeah, definitely. I just love also exploring different cultures and getting that experience into the jewelry somehow. But yeah, definitely.
I love that. That's so interesting, because I feel like that takes a special eye. Because I would not look at the flamenco dancers and have a design come to my mind. Like that takes such a special eye and such a creative nature to look at something like that and go, ooh, okay, like I'm getting inspiration for jewelry for that. So that's so special. That's exciting. So each of Manvi's travels and life experiences are coming into what you're seeing in this jewelry. So exciting. Okay, we are about to kick off our show. So we are starting, we let Manvi choose. We're like, oh my gosh, how do you even begin? So we are starting with the Sea Star collection. Y'all, these rings, oh my goodness, I love them. We have 3 different options available. So with the Sea Star collection, and of course I'm going to let Manvi speak on the inspiration behind it, you're going to get, it's almost like a bubble. It's a bubble ring styling. Essentially. But underneath, the texture is so unique underneath. It's different than anything I've seen in another bubble ring with the texture underneath. The options you're going to have, so you have moissanite with your vermeil yellow gold. You'll have moissanite in platinum over sterling. And then you'll have the vermeil yellow gold with multi-sapphire. So if you want that little burst of color, you'll have the vermeil yellow gold with the multi-sapphire. So you could kind of choose. I don't know, that would be a hard choice. Are you going for those little bursts of color, or are you going for just that classic look of the moissanite? So what is kind of the inspiration behind these pieces?
I think the Sea Star collection honestly is really inspired by aquatic life and ocean and water. The sea starfish, like the starfish, I just love that as a like the way it's built, and I think that was really inspired, but I also really wanted to introduce a unique texture to this ring, and then that was done with individual wires going throughout the ring, and it's hand soldered right throughout, so it's really a cool ring with the texture, and then it adds that aquatic pop here and there with the different moissanite sizes.
Yeah, you can see that. That is what sets it apart from any other ring like that, is y'all see there the texturing moving through that. And if anyone's interested, we probably won't do as many close-ups today because since we have a guest, we don't want to be moving back and forth. But if there's a ring, a piece, earrings, anything that you want to see up close, do let me know, and I'll come and bring you a close-up view. Also, when you do comment sold, you're not obligated to purchase, but that will allow you a link that then if you want to look on the website, you can see different angles, different photos of the piece. So you're kind of getting to see it from a distance, but if you want to see it up close of anything, just holler in the comments. Hello, Isaac. Welcome into the live stream. Thank you for joining us. I know today is your day off, so thank you for spending your day off with us. All right. So if you'd like to purchase the Sea Star collection, we have the moissanite options. Those are item 101. And Elias, what does that drop our price to? Because we will get the 25% off.
Yes, we will.
So we do have sizes 6 through 10 available in the Sea Star collection ring. Really great size range there. And it brings it to $101. So 101, you guys, you're getting 60 points of that beautiful sparkling moissanite, which just bursts off the finger. Again, it's all about the texturing though on this one. That really sets it apart. Ooh, thank you, Alice. And a budget pay of $20. A $20 budget pay will get this home on your finger so you can really just enjoy the Clarte line. So 101 will be for the 2 moissanite options. And then is 102 going to be the multi-sapphire?
It'll be actually 101 for the vermeil yellow, and then 102 for the platinum.
Oh, okay.
And then 103 for the multi.
All right, there we go. Thank you, Elias. I was saying that wrong. I forget we're doing each item now. So your multi is 103, your multi-sapphire option. They all have the same beautiful thick band on the back, so really comfortable to wear. And then those 2, vermeil is 101 and your platinum is 102. All right. Elias, do you want to lead us on to what's next, or do you want us to just keep picking?
Just keep picking.
Okay.
Let's
see. What do you think?
What's your favorite? You pick.
We could go for the bangle and then move into the rings that coordinate afterwards.
Sure.
Okay, Elias, we are going to do the bangle.
Okay.
I love this texturing on this one.
Thank you.
So I think this is, okay, we've got a few, I was like, this might be our only bracelet. We've got a few more bracelets coming up. This one is so unique. I love the way you've incorporated 2 different textures on each side. That, like, when I look at a piece like this, I'm like, oh my goodness. It just looks outrageously expensive to me because of all the design elements coming together in it. Look at this. Oh, we've got a lot of, let's see. Miss Kavita said, love it, very classy. Are they true to size? I would say they're absolutely true to size.
I think so. Because it's a little bit of a wider band, you can size up if you don't want it to be very, very snug on your finger. But pretty much they're very true to size.
Yeah, that's a good point. With the wider bands, typically, you can size up if you're kind of like maybe feeling in between. You could size up because the back, it's wide all the way around. It's the same. It doesn't go thinner. When it's thinner, you kind of have a little more wiggle room, I feel like. All right, so we're moving into the first bracelet of the day. I love this bangle. Y'all, you're going to keep hearing me say I love this because I love everything that we have in this collection. So this is the Kaleidoscope collection. We have some corresponding pieces that we'll get into next. With this one, it's a cuff style bracelet. I love how easily it goes on though. Yeah. I own a lot of cuffs that I feel like when I put them on, I end up with like red marks all over my arm. And this one just slips on so easily. You're gonna have your moissanite running right down the center of your cuff, but then you have 2 separate textures. So it has such a dynamic look on the wrist because you have these kind of 2 very contrasting looks on the bangle, and it's the same on the rings as well.
Exactly.
Kind of have this like what do you call this?
So this is like a hand threaded effect with where the artisans have to physically like carve each of these lines. If you really look close, you can see that it's like threading basically, like embroidery in a way. And I think it's a really cool way to see this bangle is that it's putting 2 worlds really together in a very classy way, but also has a little edge to give you a little fun to your outfit here.
Yes, it does. And that's incredible that this is like a hand done. Wow. Like, y'all, these really are little pieces of artwork. I mean, you're having pieces that are hand done, details that are done by hand. That's incredible to be able to purchase something like that here. You do have your moissanite. Those are running right there. They're all going to be bezel set, moving right down the center. So you are getting that little burst of sparkle right there in the middle. Alice, will you scroll up for a moment onto the screen? Thank you. Up a bit more, just up to the top is fine. All right, perfect. So this is going to come in 2 sizes. I just wanted to confirm we still had both before I said that. So you'll have the 6.5 inch and the 7.25 inch. So it's not a one size fits all bangle here. You do have the 2 size options. So definitely go with, you know, what size you would typically go with. If you're typically like in a bracelet, you go with the 8. I think the 7.25 would be fine, because with the cuff style, you slip it on, but you've got a little space in the back. So it's not like that's right there on your wrist. And it's such a beautiful bangle, such a statement too. I'm trying to see.
And I feel like it's, even though it's a more thicker cuff, it's still wearable. Like you can still stack your like everyday bracelets. Maybe you have a charm bracelet or like a tennis bracelet. It's still adaptable to your everyday life, for sure.
I totally agree. And I feel like even though it's a more prominent piece, like it's thicker, it's substantial.
It has a nice presence to the wrist.
It
definitely
still has like the dainty elements at the same time.
I agree.
So it's sometimes things when it's thicker or bigger, it's like, oh, it's really bold. It's like this is like, it's bold, but it's dainty. It's feminine.
That's such a good way to put it.
Yeah,
I completely
you still get all of those elements.
I completely agree.
All right, well, that will be item 104. We're going to transition into the kaleidoscope rings while we're on the kaleidoscope. And they're here, right? Yeah.
Yes. Right.
We'll transition right into the kaleidoscope ring. So if you're loving that look, and that one was, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention the price, $659.99, but you will be getting the 25% off. So it brings, oh my goodness, y'all, brings it down to $494.
That's crazy.
I am telling you, friends, if you like the Clarte line, today is the day to buy with us here on the live stream. Manvi launched a bunch of new products on the television side. These are items that we aired on TV her last visit. Hopefully she'll keep coming to visit us. But you're getting a really good bang for your buck here today, because since these are from her last visit, we're able to give you that additional 25% off, which brings actually your budget pay on that one to $98. So you can get this home, get it on your wrist, see that element of luxury, kind of that daintiness meets boldness that we were talking about. You can see that and experience that on your own wrist. All done in vermeil yellow gold. You do have 1/2 carat of moissanite right there down the center. And just gotta remind you guys, these are true designer pieces. We have the designer right here. This is true luxury. These are the types of pieces that you could walk into a jewelry store or into one of the luxury department stores and see under the glass case. These are the type of design elements that you would see. So keep that in mind when shopping our Clarte line. And speaking on that, I mean, look at the packaging. The packaging is so beautifully done. We were talking about this before the show. It's this beautiful textured box. You have the Clarte logo in gold. It's simple, but it's really beautiful. It's really nice packaging. So if you're thinking about gifting, it's going to be ready to gift. You would get a beautiful package with it. So all you got to do is kind of slip on a nice little bow. So gentlemen out there, if you're looking for a good gift and you don't want to worry about gift wrap, there you go. It's already ready to rock and roll. All right, so we're going to move into the kaleidoscope ring. So they're going to have the similar design elements of the cuff, but just in a ring form. So you have the same 2 textures on each side, and then you have your moissanite running down the middle. So it's kind of just carrying that same look and design right on over from the cuff into the ring. It would be hard to choose which ring is my favorite. I love them all, and we're only like
the same way.
We're only on number 2 of the rings, and I'm like, oh my goodness, it would be really tough to decide. So if y'all are having a hard time choosing, and you're like, wait, I loved the first one, but now I'm loving this one too, let us know. I can always give you an up close of both if you need to choose between one of them. On this one, we are going to start. We'll have, what would the numbers be?
So we have 105 on the sterling, on the platinum.
Okay, so platinum over sterling will be 105. That one will be available in sizes, what was the size? I'm sorry, Alice. Thank you. 6, 7, 8, and 9. So So fairly limited on sizing in the platinum over sterling. That'll be 6, 7, 8, 9. And y'all, these have a 5-star review across the board. That's incredible. A 5-star review across the board. And then your vermeil with moissanite, your vermeil yellow gold, we have sizes 5 all the way through 10. So my petite fingered friends, I know we have a few of you that pop into the live streams. This might be the ring to get because we have the size 5 available. So if you're looking for a size 5, the Kaleidoscope collection is the ring for you. And then that will be 106, and then 107 is where we bring in the multi-sapphire. I love that you did the multi-sapphire option on a lot of these. For the people who do like the
color.
Little bursts of color.
Definitely. And I also love multi-sapphire because I think it gives such versatility to a piece sometimes, because if you're into color and you love wearing different outfits all the time, it adds such a nice pop and also matches somehow with multi. Even with classic outfits, like simpler, more subtle colors, it'll still add a little nice pop to it. So I love multis because of that.
Adds also, like, you can mix it with different gemstones you might have.
I agree.
So, you know, those little hints of color, you can mix that with other jewelry you're wearing. If you're wearing, you know, my goodness, I'm trying to peek. There's like a little bit of everything in there. If you're wearing tanzanite, you could put it in because those multi-sapphire colors kind of blend into all different gemstone colors. So it gives you versatility. That one we also did have in 5 through 10. So those we're going to have wider size ranges. Obviously, the platinum over sterling was very popular because we're limited to 6 through 9, I believe, on that one. So $134.99, that you are going to get your discount on as well on this one. So that will come down to, I'm going to let Elias do the math and just show us. Oh, 101. Did I already say that? Or do we already have, maybe the other ring was 134.
Yes.
Okay. 101 is going to be your price, friends. Y'all, you can get this home for 101. Your budget pays $20. It's
That's
so
amazing.
good.
That is amazing.
And the look of these rings, they're just so stunning. And like Manvi was explaining on the bangle, you guys, this texture that you're seeing on the one side, that is hand done. That is done by hand. That's so special. You're not able to find many pieces outside of like our Bali Legacy collection. We're having pieces that are done by hand. That's really, really special. All of that attention to detail. That's what you get from designer jewelry. So that's what we're getting with the Clarte line. We'll read a couple of these reviews. Hope said, love this ring. The wide band fits just right. The moissanites look like diamonds. So that kind of helps answer the true to size question. The wide band, she says, fits just right. And this one does have a wide band all the way around as well. So it's very comfortable on. Trying to peek at some of those. Karen said, love it. Annette said, beautiful design ring. I love it. I love wearing it. That's half of it, right? Like loving something, but then also loving wearing it.
Exactly. Like when I design these pieces, I really truly want the wearer to feel so beautiful in it, but more than that, enjoy the experience behind it. It somehow adds to their life, and like they look forward to wearing it. It becomes part of their everyday.
Right. You put it on, and it's like you don't want to take it off, or you
I agree.
get up in the morning, you're like,
agree.
I can't wait to put my jewelry on. I can't wait to put on that new ring I got. That's an exciting feeling. And there's certain pieces of jewelry that I feel like I always go back to, because when you put it on, you're just like, ooh.
Feels
like,
happy.
Yeah,
I agree.
Oh,
I completely agree.
Have a boost in my confidence already. We did okay, what are the stones? So the stones, you have options on the platinum over sterling or the vermeil yellow gold. They will be moissanite, but we also have a multi-sapphire option in the vermeil, and that's going to give you all colors of sapphires. So you've got pink tones, orange tones, yellow tones all throughout. And if you do visit the website, oh, there we go. Elias put a photo up there, so you can kind of see you've got a little taste of the rainbow there moving down the center of the ring. And your budget pay on that one will be $20. It'll come down to $20 on budget pay. So $20.25 is the budget pay. $20.25. 2025. We're almost approaching 2025. That's what else do we have? Isaac said work all day Saturdays and Sundays. Very knowledgeable. Well, yes, Miss Manvi is the designer and creator of Clarte. So we're excited to have her here because she has all the knowledge on these pieces. So that makes it all the better for us to get to have her in the live stream studio, and she can kind of tell us everything about it. Because if it were me up here, I'd be doing the best I could. And luckily we do have, last time I presented your line, we had little stories for each of the pieces. with the theme behind it and where it came from, but it's so much more impactful hearing it straight from you and like where the inspiration came from versus me reading it off a slide. And I'm still portraying the information, but it's just so much better coming straight from the source.
I'm glad I can help.
What is the code for the multi? The multi is 107. So sold 107, and you can use the code live25 on everything. Everything that we're doing today, live25 is your coupon code, but you will comment sold 107 for the multi sapphire option. All right, we will continue on. We had, let's see, do we have? Okay, we do have these, so we can continue with the pendant because this is the same collection,
yes,
right?
It is.
Okay,
yes,
so we'll round out the Kaleidoscope collection. We do have the pendants available also. So if you're loving the Kaleidoscope collection, we have a matching pendant also. So, and this is going to be an upcoming question I have for Manvi, but do you gravitate toward a necklace or a ring for your everyday jewelry?
That is so difficult because I feel like jewelry is so fun. Like I want to wear all of it.
You want to put it all on. I know.
But I love rings because you can add rings into your daily activities very, very seamlessly.
Yeah.
Like keep adding, layering. But then on the other side, I love pendants because you can layer different type of pendants within each other too.
Yeah.
It's really hard, but
It's
I think
a tough one.
rings I like a lot too. Like I enjoy like changing them up every once in a while. So yeah.
I feel like people are. We had looked this up one time, and I forget the order of it, of like the most popular items of what people wear the most. And I feel like I'm a pendant person because I'll typically put on like my favorite couple of pendants, and I'll just leave them on for like weeks at a time and never take them off.
And it keeps adding to your outfit.
Yeah, like, and I'll wear them. I have like a cross and a heart that I wear almost all the time. But then if I put on a gold chain or something else, I'll just layer it on top of my pendants.
That's amazing, and it keeps it going. Like keeps layering.
They're just like my staples. And then my rings, I feel like I change out every day. I'm like, ooh, what am I gonna wear today? Like to just mix and match them all the time. So I have fun with my rings, and then my pendants are like just my staple pieces. But it's hard. I don't know what I would.
It's really like
go with.
Puts you on the spot as a girl because you always want to keep changing and wear everything.
Yeah,
so
I want to mix and match it all. We need a little bit of everything.
I agree.
So here are our Kaleidoscope pendants. A little bonus with these, y'all, is you are going to get your chain included. So it will come with an 18-inch vermeil yellow gold chain. Y'all know how I feel about an 18-inch chain. That's like my favorite length on a chain.
Medium.
Yes, I feel like it hits you perfectly on the neckline. It's not too low where it's dipping into your top.
I agree.
Not too high. Like I love 18 inches. So I love that y'all are able to get the 18-inch chain included. And again, this one is going to come in your vermeil yellow gold as well as the platinum over sterling. So you're getting both of those options with your moissanite pieces. I'll hand this one over to you, Manvi.
Sure.
That one. But these are the same. It's the same design. So basically, if you were to take what we had, it's so beautiful, and I would say probably about an inch from top to bottom. So
I would think
it's not a petite little
that.
pendant. It's pretty prominent in size, so it's going to be noticeable on the neckline. And I would say with this one, it's basically like taking what you see on the ring and the bangle, but just doing it horizontally. Vertically versus horizontally. So we have that kind of wrapped around the finger on the ring, wrapped around the wrist on the bangle. We move to this one, and it's just kind of like that vertical display.
And I think it really guides, like, beautifully down, like into your top or into your outfit. It like elegantly falls really beautifully. So I think that adds to the in this case horizontal design to this vertical design.
Yeah, it kind of leads you into.
Definitely.
I love the way you put that. It kind of leads you into your outfit. Leads you into whatever you're wearing. Just all those textures. Oh, I love these pieces so much.
Agree.
So each of these will have, again, you're going to have your moissanite. You're going to have 20 points of moissanite right there through the center. And again, you're getting that hand texturing. So can't emphasize enough how special that is to have pieces that are handcrafted, that have that added detail of the hand texturing that you're seeing. And when you see it in person and feel it, it's like, ooh, it's something
like
so
you feel
different.
Each individual thread in a way, even sometimes. Yeah.
You really do.
Really
and I
cool.
feel like I haven't seen something like that or felt that same texture before. It's really, really neat.
I completely agree. Chain
is included on that one. Your numbers for that. What was the price point on that, Elias? I feel like I'm like asking a million questions this morning. So your price point to start is $109. So y'all know what that means. Once you utilize your Live 25, it's going to be under 100. Chain included, it's coming to $82, friends. $82 is getting home the pendant with the chain. That's such a good deal. Again, another $20 budget pay. So a lot of these items we're seeing a $20 budget pay, which is so great. If you are new here, I forgot to mention in the beginning, budget pay is such a great tool, y'all. There's no interest, there's no credit check, there's no penalty for utilizing budget pay. All it means is we're gonna portion those payments out for you. We get it. Sometimes making, a purchase like this, it can be a little bit like, a little overwhelming. We don't want you to stress out. We don't want you to have buyer's remorse. We want to make this as easy as possible. I myself, every time I order from Shop LC, I use budget pay. I think when we walk in, because we order here with our agents, and so I'll walk in, they see me coming, and they're like, oh, here she goes again. But I'll walk up and I feel like at this point they know, but they're like, budget pay, and I'm like, yeah. Because why not? You have nothing to lose by using it. It's just portioning it out, making it a little bit more comfortable for you so you can pay it out over time. $20 a month, you could do that. And you get to wear this immediately after that first payment. We're going to send it right to you, and you get to start enjoying your Clarte jewelry. So highly encourage you, get in on these pieces, utilize your budget pay. Don't shy away from budget pay. No penalty with utilizing your budget pay. All right, friends, those will be items 108
Yes.
for the Vermeil and 109 for your platinum over sterling.
They'll actually be both 108
Oh, both 108. Okay.
under the same link.
There we go. Both of those will be 108. Yeah, budget pay does kind of it allows you today, if you're looking at these pieces and you're like, ooh, I love this, I love that. Budget pay kind of allows you to buy the pendant and the ring. Like, you can get a little bit more because you're pushing it out over time. You don't have to make that really decisive choice of like, oh, I don't know, I can't decide. Like, I want kind of the set, the fill the collection. Budget pay allows you to have a little bit more wiggle room to get a couple of pieces all together at once. All right. We'll do a couple more, and then we'll ask Manvi some more questions and get to know sweet Manvi. We're so excited to have you on the live stream.
Me too.
After being on air with you and Matt, I was like, oh my gosh, we have to get her on the live stream. I want everybody to get to know her sweet disposition and just kindness that you have.
You're amazing. Thank you for having me. I'm so honored to be here.
All right, Elias, are you going to pick for us next, or should we?
Let's go with, I'm liking the Clarte Leaf Lord collection pendant necklace. It should be
That
number
might be
14.
another one. Number 14?
Yes. I'm actually liking the design on that.
There we go. Elias is good at picking sometimes.
That's
A lot of the times, actually. Elias will be like, let's do this next. And I'm like, oh, that was a good idea, Elias. This one is beautiful. Oh my goodness. It really is such a dainty pendant.
It really is.
What was the idea behind the La Flor collection?
So this one is one of my more treasured collections because it was my initial collections that I had launched, and it was basically inspired by one of my trips to Hawaii one summer.
Okay.
And the tropical weather sometimes is unpredictable, so that day it happened to be a really bad rainstorm. So the following day when I went out, it was such a beautiful day, and you saw hibiscus flowers drenched in a little bit of the rainfall. So I wanted to replicate that right into this, where the petal is this beautiful hand done satin finish, with on top it's adorned with these beautiful little mosenites, replicating that fresh rainfall.
Yes.
And the bail also has mosenites running through it. And the cool thing about the bail is you can flip it. So if you want a plain gold bail, you just have to turn it. So it gives you a little bit of versatility throughout the pendant.
It does. I see that so perfectly when you're describing that story.
Right.
And I was looking down at the pendant. I was like, oh my gosh,
I'm glad.
she perfected that, because you really do see. You see the hibiscus flower. You see kind of that dew, those little water droplets on the petals of that flower. You can see them sprinkled in. It's done so perfectly. And I love that you can switch it too, because maybe you're trying to dress it up. Exactly. And so you want the bail to have that sparkle factor of your moissanite. Or you're like, I'm just out and about in the day. I'm running errands, kind of want to tone it down.
Completely agree.
That versatility. I remember us talking when we were on air together about ladies, kind of us having this shapeshifter.
Yes.
A shapeshifter we kind of have to be shapeshifters
Yes.
in life. Like
I agree.
going from, being a friend, a daughter, a wife, a girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
a sister, a working woman. I mean, there's so many different roles we play. And so when you have jewelry that you can kind of adjust a little bit to help it fit your needs for that day, it's great for that, because us ladies are trying to juggle and do so many things.
Agree.
Then you have the versatility to just, let me switch this up a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
okay, wore this all day chasing after my kids. Now I'm going to go have dinner with my girlfriends.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just flip that. Like, I don't have to take it off. I'm in a rush. Let me just flip that and add a little bit more bling to the look. So that's perfect for us ladies. I love that you think of those little details that are just like great for the quick moments where it's like, okay, all day I've been one thing, and now I'm going to do that shape shifting, and I'm going to head out and be a different version of myself for a little bit.
I completely agree.
Because I think us ladies, we all have the different versions of us, depending on who we're with and what we're doing in the moment. So here with this one, again, friends, you are getting that complimentary 18-inch vermeil yellow gold chain. This one will come exclusively in your vermeil yellow gold, and it's stunning, y'all. I think all of the pieces in the Clarte line could kind of really interchange with one another.
I completely agree.
They really all
I completely agree.
they have their own distinct properties, but also like are cohesive at the same time. They kind of fall into this overall umbrella of unique and beautiful and different pieces. This one's definitely, I feel like, of what we've seen so far, the most dainty and kind of feminine, which makes sense because it's designed after the flower, after the hibiscus. So it has that kind of just dainty, feminine elegance to it. Ooh, I love this one. It's so special. I think, do I have it backwards? There we go.
Shows the versatility again.
Yeah, it does.
You
could flip it and
in
oh
a
my
more
gosh,
gold
and it's beautiful
oriented.
that way.
Exactly.
So yeah, there's so much.
It gives you more options, really,
Yeah.
definitely.
So much versatility. Ooh, y'all. I'm going to be in trouble because now that we have the coupon code, I'm going to be going to buy more Clarte pieces after the show. And I did some damage last week, so I need to be careful on my shopping this week. All right, that was item 109. So we have that at $174.99. You will have your coupon code for 25% off. So make sure you're utilizing that, friends. That brings it to $131.74. Nice. And I really encourage y'all, since we're not doing so many close-ups because we do have a guest here, we don't want to be coming back and forth and like all up in the camera and back and down. Budget pay of $26 on this one. But any piece that y'all love, that you're like, ooh, I really want to see that up close, please let me know in the comments. I'm happy to bring it up to you and let you see all of the details. We just kind of wanted to make it an easier space rather than, because I'm typically up and down all around. And with two people here, it's a little bit more difficult. So that will be item 109. Thank y'all so much for tuning in with us. Miss Andrea, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. And anybody just hopping into the live stream, I know people are kind of in and out. It's a Friday, you're busy. Thank you for joining us. I am here today with Manvi Golcha. She is the face, the name behind our Clarte line, which we love here at Shop LC, you guys. As soon as I saw this line, I was like, what is this? Like, where did this come from? How did we get this? It is just absolutely stunning. It's true designer jewelry at a price point that is accessible for our Shop LC viewers. And so we are so honored to have the line and to have Mom be here, especially on the live stream. We don't always get the exciting guests, so it's very exciting to have the exciting guests here on the live stream. We had, I'm gonna pronounce your name wrong, I'm so sorry. Meetapan said, wow, nice collection. I have some of your pieces. Everyone who sees me wearing compliments me.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, we love that. Y'all, thank you for writing in. Seriously, anybody, if you own any of Manvi's pieces, write in, let us know. If you're loving these pieces and you're wanting to purchase them, write in, let us know. Also, if you have any questions for Manvi, we really like to make this platform very comfortable, very easy to interact. So I encourage you, any questions, any comments, please let us know. That's what this is all about, is just a really fun space for you to get to know Manvi. We want you to get to know the designer behind the jewelry that you're wearing, because that makes it all the more special. I mean, when you put it on and you feel like you know Manvi, that's really special.
Love that. I would love that.
Because how many times in life are you putting something on and you're like, oh, I I feel like I kind of know that person. I know a little bit about them. I know most of my jewelry. I don't feel that way. I mean, I still love my jewelry, but most of it, I don't feel like I have a personal, connection at all with the designer. And so this is a really special opportunity. So y'all take advantage of this. Ask away if you have questions, anything at all. We are here. That's what Manvi and I are here for today. It's for you to get to know Miss Manvi a little bit better. All right, let's see. I'm going to roll into a couple more questions. So we've kind of covered this a little bit, but how do you feel the Clarte line can bring women confidence in their daily lives? Because I feel like that's kind of a mission of yours.
It really is. I'm really passionate about like somehow, if I can even contribute to this, but really making women feel happy and confident in their own skin. And I feel like sometimes buying jewelry, like the experience of going into these stores makes you kind of feel like down on yourself and uncomfortable, and maybe you're not, like, even makes you feel like, oh, I don't even want to go, maybe I'm not like worthy enough for this experience. But I really want with Clarte jewelry for you to just go through these pieces and feel like you can get these. You should treat yourself. You can get these for your own self with your own decision to buy them.
Yeah.
And more than that, feel that you know the information you need to make an educated decision about buying these pieces. Like, any information you guys might have, like, I'm open to answering that. And like, I want everyone to feel like very invited and feel comfortable with the whole buying process. So that's my experience with like how I really want to empower women through this.
I love that. So y'all, that goes right into what I was saying. Like, Manvi's here to answer any of those questions because she wants you to feel confident in buying.
Yes.
And that's another thing too, is I think some of us too, like, maybe don't know necessarily. We might see something, and I know before working at Shop LC, I hadn't worked much with jewelry, and so I came in, I wasn't quite sure. Okay, vermeil, yellow, gold. Like, what exactly is vermeil, yellow, gold? Like, when I first started, I wasn't quite sure. And then obviously have done my research and studying and GIA things to learn all these things. But some people might look at that on the website and be like, what? Like, I don't know what that means. Or, maybe you're not familiar with moissanite. I feel like if you shop at Shop LC, you probably are, because we love our moissanite here. But knowing those things does empower you.
I agree.
Because if you feel like you're like, oh, I don't know, you walk in somewhere and you don't quite know the material, or you feel a little bit maybe intimidated.
And sometimes it's like even scares you to ask questions because you don't feel comfortable in the space.
Right.
So that's another huge thing.
Yeah. Or you feel like, well, if I'm in this store, I should probably
know. Exactly.
Like, I should know, and I don't want to. It's like if I go to the gym, which I don't do as often as I should, because I feel like when I look at the equipment, I'm like, if I'm there by myself, I'll kind of try, like in my apartment gym, I'll try. But if someone else walks in, I'm like, I'm walking out, because I'm like, I don't know how to work the equipment, and I don't want someone looking at me like, what is she doing? That's not for your arms, that's for your legs. Like, I feel like that's what I would be doing. And so I feel like some of us too, we walk into like a high-end jewelry store or something, we're like, I don't really know what I'm doing.
I agree.
I don't know like what exactly I'm looking at, or is this, you're just kind of confused, and it can feel overwhelming. So Manvi's here to take away that confusion and that overwhelming feeling and bring you the Clarte line. So we're so thankful and appreciative of that. All right, friends, we are going to continue on. Elias, let's do, trying to decide. Everything is so pretty. We could go into maybe,
I was actually looking into the necklace.
okay. Which one, Elias?
Our number 10, the one's right behind you.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Cool. Okay, I'm so excited. We had these when we were on air together, and the flexibility of these, and I'm going to allow you, I'll kind of introduce them and then allow you to show people how you put them on. So with these, Elias, will you head to the product page on this one, please? Thank you. Y'all, these are, I love these. These kind of, I feel like I haven't seen they're almost like a neck collar style.
Exactly.
And I feel like I haven't seen these since like my childhood. But I love these so much. So with these, you're going to have, again, those two options between your platinum over sterling and your vermeil yellow gold. They're both going to have 1.8 carats of that sparkling, bright moissanite. And these are going to sit at 16 inches on your neckline. So sit up nice and high, kind of right there at the collarbone. And I think with a piece like this, that's where you want it to sit. Because it's just kind of like tracing the neckline.
Exactly.
But I'm going to let Manvi show you how to put this on. Because we were kind of going over it before we went on air last time. I was like, ooh, okay. She's the expert.
No, it's this is a cool necklace because it has this flexi technology that really allows you to comfortably put this on. And what you do is you just twist it a little bit, enough to get it through your hair and your neck, and then you pull your hair through. Okay. Which my hair just is
kind of
stuck
falling
in there.
on there.
And then it is just really
there you go. It just sits
sitting
right there. Oh my gosh.
And it's a beautiful necklace, and I think, like you worded it, it traces the neck. I think that's such a beautiful way to put it. It just complements the neck fully.
It traces the neckline. It's one of those things that, I mean, you could definitely dress this down.
Yes.
If you were, going to the office, going to lunch, even just like with a t-shirt and jeans, if you just wanted to dress up for dinner.
I completely
agree.
agree.
But at the same time, I feel like you could wear this to a black tie function, and it's so elevated and so elegant. Like, it could go either way. And at this price point, y'all, it's $530, $499, but we're gonna have a budget pay on that. Think about those black tie functions that you go to, those formal functions where you're wearing a cocktail dress, you're wearing an evening gown, and you want that piece of jewelry that just has elegance, has glamour. This has that glamorous, elegant factor to it. And if you're looking on the neckline, peek on Manvi's, because my neckline is busy. This outfit's a little bit busy, so I feel like you don't get to fully see the beauty of this piece. But I know I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have this, my friend's getting married in Italy in October, and it's like everyone has to wear black. So I feel like jewelry is where we get to be more creative, because everyone's going to be in black. So I'm like, ooh, okay, maybe this could be something just to like add that factor to the neckline, because it's a statement, but it's not overpowering.
I completely agree.
And sometimes with a more kind of bold stationary piece, like more, and I want to say stationary, but more like solid structured piece like this, it can almost be overpowering and like take over. But this is just the perfect balance.
I completely agree. I think one cool thing about this necklace also is it's like one and done type of thing. You don't feel the need to be confused, because I know I am like this. It's like when you're wearing an outfit, you're like, what should I add to this? I don't know. Should I add this? Should I add that? So I think it helps you choose one piece, and it really elevates the outfit. Yeah. And I think it's a very easy piece to put on every day. Like in any outfit, you could really use it. So I think that that statement helps you too, where you can just let this shine sometimes too.
It does. It is that. It's so versatile. Like, I look at it, I'm looking at it on Manvi's neckline, I'm like, okay, it looks great with your sweater, but I can also see it just in so many different ways.
I agree.
And when I think about pieces of jewelry like this, I've said this before on the live stream, but if you are going to a formal occasion, maybe instead of going out and buying a new dress, ladies, we're all pretty notorious for this. Every time we have a special occasion, we want to go out and buy a new dress.
And
it's like, I have a little coat closet that is just full of like formal dresses that I've worn once and I put back in my closet, and then it's like, well, I've already worn that to a wedding, I can't wear it again. But maybe you could. Maybe you pull out a dress, you haven't worn it in a few years, and this is what changes it up. Like, this is what does the difference, because you can get this, you can wear it to that special occasion, but then you're going to continue wearing it. You're going to be wearing this out to dinner. You're going to be wearing this, heading out on a vacation, maybe just to kind of dress up your look for dinner. You're going to be wearing this, even honestly, this is something that, and I like to get pretty glam when I'm like going to the mall or something, going shopping. I feel like this is something you could put on with a cute blouse, a cute t-shirt even, and jeans, just to kind of give you that elevated factor, that elevated look. So instead of going out and purchasing that new evening gown, you could get this. And it's something that you're not just going to wear once. It's something you're going to wear over and over and over again. So you're really going to get the value. You're going to get the value with this piece, because you're going to wear it so much. Like, I could just see so many people wearing it. It's so comfortable too, and so easy to get on.
Easy and comfortable, and like very not too much on the neck. You feel comfortable with it.
Yeah, it doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel so stiff that you're like
uncomfortable, like when I keep moving it.
And I don't feel nervous to take it off either. I'm like, okay, it has that flexibility where you just take it right off. It's so easy to do.
Great.
Way to comment, so gorgeous. I would want to show it off to everyone. Oh,
Thank you.
absolutely. Like, definitely something you'd want to show off to everyone. And you can, because you can wear this pretty much anytime
Every
you
day.
wanted to. All right, friends, that will be Elias, I'm sorry. Thank you. Elias is on it. He always knows what we were talking about this before. He always knows what I'm asking. This comes to $401. $401 is your final price point on this after you utilize that coupon code. Y'all, after the 24 hours, this will remain at $534.99. So, $80 budget pay, $401 price point. That is only going to last for 24 hours. So if you are looking for that piece of jewelry, maybe for a special occasion, maybe just because you want something to dress up your everyday looks, this is such a versatile piece. It's so easy to put on. Manvi did it perfectly.
Yes.
I feel like I was like, ooh.
No, you were
But
great.
once you kind of get it once you do it once and you're like, oh, okay, that's easy. Like, you don't have to be intimidated by the process of putting it on. And just like with the bangle, it wasn't uncomfortable to get on.
Exactly.
It wasn't like, wait, I'm twisting my neck or I
Yes,
feel like I'm going
yes.
to break it. It just went right onto the neckline. All right, y'all, that will be are these two different numbers, Elias, or are they both going to be
They're
one?
gonna be grouped together, actually.
Okay, so these will be sold 110. Once you get the link to purchase, you can choose either the vermeil yellow gold or the platinum over silver options. You'll both options to choose from, all under the item number 101.
110.
I mean 110. 110. I'm going back to 101. Sorry guys, I get overly excited sometimes. Let's put this right here. Thank you, Manvi.
That's the
There's
one I
the
think
symbol,
you were
right?
talking about.
Okay.
Yes.
Elias, could we do or do you already have something?
No.
The Sable Collection
Got it.
bracelets?
You got it.
I love these.
Oh, thank you. They're so
They will
I
be-
love that collection too.
They will be grouped together as well. So
Oh,
111.
Okay, so 111, we are moving into the Sable Collection. And there's a ring. I don't know if we have it. I don't think we do. Or was there a ring?
I believe
There is.
There is a
but
ring.
I'm not sure. If
I don't think we have the
it.
ring on this one. It's likely on the website,
Probably.
possibly. But we do have the bracelets. So the Sable Collection, and I'll let Manvi describe it in more detail. I love, again, you have the texturing that we saw
Mm-hmm.
earlier in the Kaleidoscope Collection. And that's running through the center on this one, and then your outer edges, you just have these 2 rows of these petite moissanite stones, but it's not like a flat surface. It's almost like an organic kind
Exactly.
of movement.
Yeah.
And so it looks so different. I mean, the whole look of this just looks so organic, so natural. And I'll let Manvi get into kind of the inspiration behind the Sable Collection.
Sure. So the Sable Collection, honestly, one of my most fun collections, I would say, to make it, because the center where you see that threading happening, below that threading is a hand hammered effect. In order to give that sand dune like effect, which was what inspired me to make this collection in the first place, was sand dunes, and how when the sunlight is shining on those sand dunes, it still has a luminescence to it while it's matte, but it still has that luminescence to it. So if you look really closely, you'll see that hammered sand dune concaves on top of that, and then it's adorned with that hand satin effect, with the sides replicating that sunshine rays with the twinkling moissanite outlines.
It's so beautiful.
Thank you.
It's the perfect representation of what you're describing.
Oh, thank
Like
you.
Again, I feel like every time she just knocks it out of the park, because it's like, wait, the inspiration behind it clearly shows through. And as soon as someone hears you talking about it, it's like, I see it. Like, I so perfectly see what you're describing. It's just that organic shape. I just fall in love with that. It's so different. It's so beautiful. Same texturing you're seeing. Again, all of those handcrafted elements, you guys. That is what you're getting with Clarte. It truly is a designer jewelry line. I keep emphasizing that because we do a lot of our in-house designs. We do a lot of our own jewelry manufacturing, but with Clarte, it's a true designer line that we have been able to partner with Manvi. She's been kind enough to say, you know what, let's get in on this together. I'm going to take some of my designs that she does her designs in diamonds and gold, and she's brought them to us utilizing moissanite, utilizing vermeil, platinum over sterling silver, to give all of us the opportunity to get these designer pieces. And that's what they are. They're designer pieces of jewelry. So looking at this one, you're getting a full carat of moissanite. Something I do want to mention on this bracelet is you are going to have 3 sizes available. So the cuff, we had the 6.5 and the 7.25. This one, you're going to have 6.5, 7.25, and an 8. But it is a bangle, so it's going to go all the way around your wrist. Your closure here, you got an insert tab, double safety. So once it's on, it is not going anywhere. It is going to be safe and secure on your wrist. I love this one. More dainty in style, obviously, than
definitely.
your cuff bracelet. If y'all just kind of, if you're looking for a bracelet today and you just kind of want to see
stack.
the difference, it is
Fun
a fun
stack.
stack.
Fun
And you
stack.
incorporate that texturing together. It's like, what a
Yes, it
perfect
mashes up.
combination. That's what we're saying. All these Clarte pieces, like mix and match as many as you can. Get in on as many as you can. Look at that. It's just, I would have y'all. If y'all are looking at bracelets today, this is going to be a hard choice to make. It would just kind of depend on if you're going for something a little bit thinner, a little bit more dainty.
I agree.
Although we were saying this one, it's bolder and thicker, but it still has those dainty elements to it. So this one will come in the vermeil yellow gold. That's the one I slipped on. And it also comes in the platinum over sterling silver. So if you're going through the show and you're like, oh, I don't know, do I go with the platinum over sterling? Do I go with the vermeil yellow gold? I think, for me, I always feel like I veer towards typical like yellow gold tones.
Me too.
Most of my jewelry is yellow gold. But I typically feel like, one, go with what you think. If you're trying to mix and match, if you're trying to layer, go with what's going to match what you already own. Or I feel like if you're just like, I don't know, I feel like the platinum over sterling can sometimes have a little bit more of a like modern, clean, kind of fresh look to it.
And one thing I also like see with this line, this collection, is it looks beautiful, like two-tone, like wearing both of them as a stack. It still looks seamless, even though if, like, for example, with me, I predominantly love yellow gold.
Yeah.
But I love platinum also, or the white gold look when it's layered sometimes too. It adds a little bit of a pop sometimes.
It
in a layered
does.
stack also.
That contrast.
That's definitely a possibility, and they stack beautifully.
They do.
To make a more statement look for sure.
Yeah, kind of give you that bigger, bolder look on the wrist. Oh, I love those together. That is a great idea to kind of stack those and layer them up. So kind of just go with what your heart is drawing you to. You couldn't go wrong with either of them. This is another item that has a 5-star review across the board. We're going to take a peek at some of those. Karen said, look of diamonds and solid gold, comfy on the wrist, textured gold finish, and ever so twinkly. The moissanite stones, really special. We have one more review here from Nancy. Elias, will you bring that up just a bit? Thank you. Nancy said, stunning bracelet. I bought this bracelet in silver. Never going to take it off. Okay, that's what we like to hear, Nancy. Absolutely stunning, very comfortable. Big kudos to Manvi and her company for creating this piece. Can't stop looking at it. That's how I feel like I would be if I had this. Like, I would not be able to stop looking at it. It's one of those pieces, like I mentioned earlier, there are certain pieces in your collection that you have them on and you're like, oh my gosh, like, is that really mine? Like, am I really wearing this right now? This is one of those pieces, friends, and this is actually such an incredible price point for it being a bracelet, for what you're getting here, a full carat of moissanite. Your price point is $334.99. Elias is going to factor in our 25% off discount for you. It comes down to $251. Y'all, under $300 for this stunning bracelet. And I love how one of those $50 budget pay, one of those reviews said it's like diamonds and gold. I mean, it really has the presence of diamonds and gold on the wrist.
And when I was like, when this collaboration happened, which I'm so grateful for that I was able to join you guys, I really wanted to make sure that the craftsmanship and the moissanite selection and the gemstone collection selection is like gold and diamond jewelry.
Yeah.
That you get the best quality possible. Same with the gemstone, all unheated, natural. So that was my highest priority, that whenever you guys get these pieces, it's the best look possible for what it is.
I love that. It's like not, you weren't sacrificing anything.
No.
And also, like, if you're going to put your name on it with your brand, you want it to uphold what you've established for the Clarte line. So, and I think you've done that amazingly. Obviously, our viewers think so as well. So, friends, you can comment sold 111, and that will give you the option to select either option, your Vermeil Yellow Gold or your Platinum over Silver. Those are coming in at under $300, and you have 3 size options. You can get the size that you typically go with here at Shop LC, and it should fit you just perfectly. All right, those again were the Sable collection. We don't have the rings, but if you're interested in looking at them, they should be on the website unless we're sold out. So check out the rings on shoplc.com. It does look like we have the pendant though.
This actually reminds you of the comment earlier where it runs down.
Oh, yes. And one over to Miss Manvi here. This is kind of, yeah, Elias, great point there. We were mentioning with the other pendant how it kind of leads down the neckline, points to whatever you're wearing there. So it's that same design and same inspiration that we just saw with the bangle, but we have it in the pendant form. You're gonna have those same 2 options. You have your Vermeil Yellow Gold, and then you have your Platinum over Sterling with the outer layers of moissanite, and then that just beautiful textured center that we keep seeing in Manvi's pieces. That it is hard to resist. It's hard not to fall in love with that texture, and it's hand done.
Yes, it is all hand done. And one thing I love about this pendant is how it somehow shines through the texture and the way the concaving happens to be on the pendant. So it's really cool. And the vertical shape gives it a little bit of an edge where we traditionally see east and west. This is north and south. So it gives a little bit of a different lay to the necklace.
Absolutely it does. And you're totally right about the shine, because I think you kind of have the dips and it's almost like the peaks and valleys. They're kind of moving in with that dune look, but it allows for light to kind of hit it in different ways and sparkle. That's such a great point. Again, with this one, you will get your 18-inch chain included, so it is ready to wear, it is ready to gift. Simply slip this onto your neckline. You're gonna have 20 points of beautiful sparkling moissanite, and then just that just beautiful row of your Platinum over Sterling or your Vermeil, and it just, again, it's that organic look, that organic shape that just really is so representative of nature, which is the inspiration behind it, so it makes sense. But Manvi truly captured that natural element in these pieces. So like with the bangle, you just see that very natural, very organic looking movement down the line. It kind of is movement. It looks like it's movement making its way down the neckline.
It is.
And again, a vertical pendant, so you are kind of getting that elongated look on the neckline. It's pointing you right towards the outfit, whatever neckline you have on that day. So it's kind of like, oh, hey, here we go. Just moving you right on in. So such beautiful pieces. That will be also part of the Sable collection. And what was our price point on these, Elias? $109. $109. So y'all, that means these are gonna be under $100, $84 when you utilize our live 25 coupon code. So it just keeps getting better, y'all. Make sure you're placing these orders within the next 24 hours. $20 again on budget pay. We have worked so many of these budget pays to come out to $20. So if you want to stack a few items together, you could get a few items for like $60 and get all 3 home, start enjoying them, and then pay them off over the course of the next 4 or 5 months or so. So really, really encourage you to do that. Utilize your budget pay and utilize that coupon code. If you've been kind of admiring the Clarte line for a little while, you've been admiring from afar, maybe you've seen Manvi on the TV side, and you're like, man, I really love that line, but I just haven't pulled the trigger yet. It's time. It's 25% off today on the live stream, and we don't get to have the designer typically come on the live stream, so we're very lucky today. We're so excited to have Manvi, so definitely utilize that coupon code while you can. All right, friends, we're entering into our second hour, so if you are just tuning in, welcome to the live stream. My name is Lauren Masters. If you're wondering who this lovely guest is today, you're like, who is that? I haven't seen this new host around. This is Manvi Golcha. She is actually the designer, the face and name behind Clarte. So if you've been seeing the Clarte line on our television broadcast, it is all thanks to Manvi. So we are very excited to have her here with us. Please let us know if you have any questions for Manvi regarding the design process, any of the pieces. She's here. So now's the time, because if you ask me when I'm presenting her jewelry without her, my answers will not be able to come close to what Manvi has for you. I will probably be referring to the graphics that we have with each of the lines. So Manvi's the expert. She's the designer of these pieces. So if you have any questions, now is the time to ask Miss Manvi. We love having guests because it gives us the opportunity to really get to know them and get to know their line a little bit better. We had a comment here. I think I saw this design in the ring. Yes, so there is a Sable collection ring we've kind of mentioned. Elias, will you just peek and see if that's still available? I think it is. We probably just couldn't fit it into the show. Oh yeah, we do have it. So we do still have the Sable collection ring. Y'all can check that out on the website. It's gonna have the same design that you're seeing, essentially independent, just kind of wrapped around the finger. So same look, just kind of wrapped.
Just like that.
Yep.
And beautiful, like of a band aesthetic, really.
Yeah, it really is. All right, so again, if you're just tuning in, how do you shop, you might be wondering. TikTok friends, head to the link in our bio. Facebook, Instagram, utilize your comment sold function. So comment the word sold with the item number. We've been mindful to kind of mention those item numbers as we move throughout the show. Also, you have a Live 25 Live 25 coupon code. So use Live 25 at checkout, and then comment sold is how you're shopping on Instagram and Facebook. I'm getting my words all jumbled. I'm like, comment live. What am I saying? Comment sold is how you're going to shop. Live 25 is the coupon code you'll utilize at checkout. When you comment sold, you're not obligated to buy. We're just going to send you a link. So that allows you to look at more photos, look at reviews. If you can tell by now, the reviews are amazing. So if you needed that final push, take a peek at the reviews and you're gonna be like, how could I not buy this? Everyone is loving the Clarte line. All right, that's kind of the lowdown. Free shipping, I believe on everything today. You're gonna have complimentary shipping for shopping through the live stream. And that's pretty much it, right? Yeah, talked about shipping, talked about how we shop, and the code. All right.
Mention our sweepstakes real quick as well.
Oh, yep, we do a sweepstakes going on, friends. That is good through September 5th. So make sure every day you head to shoplc.com. There's a banner at the top of our screen. Click on that. You can actually enter to win a Nissan Leaf. So you're entering to win a car. It's a pretty big deal. And then every single day, we're picking one gift card winner. So every time you enter, you're eligible for a gift card. So you might as well enter every single day, because you could win that gift card and get yourself something from the Clarte line. So I encourage you, if I wasn't working here, I'd be on there every single day entering to win a new car, and in the process maybe winning some gift cards. So never hurts to try. The only way you won't ever win is if you don't at least try. So you gotta put your name in there. All right, so we're gonna do some rapid fire questions to kind of get to know Manvi a little bit. These are just fun, simple questions, some jewelry, some just basic life questions. So we can get to know Manvi a little bit, get to know her personality and who she is. All right, Manvi, so these are kind of rapid fire, but we'll chit-chat as well. Okay, coffee or tea?
Ooh, coffee.
Coffee person. Okay, do you drink it?
Some coffee.
Like it black or with cream or?
I need some milk in it.
Okay.
I'm not a bitter coffee drinker,
Okay.
but I love like lattes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I also love matcha.
I
I love matcha.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
I got on the matcha train a couple years ago, and I was like, why was I not drinking this
I
sooner?
know.
I'm like, how am I just now starting to like
Agree.
matcha?
There's something to it, and like when you add like a little, I don't know if anyone's really tried the Starbucks matcha tea latte with sweet cream foam.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
a great drink, and it adds a little sweetness, like vanilla sweetness,
Yeah.
to the matcha. It's really
I
a
haven't
cool drink.
tried it with the sweet cream foam. When I do matcha at home,
Oh yeah, that's
I'll
really good.
use-
When you make it at home, it's much better. I
yeah,
feel.
and I'll use like a vanilla almond milk because I feel
Ooh,
like it gives it a little
yes. That's a
sweetness
really
and a
cool.
little flavor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I'm right there with you with coffee. Like I prefer lattes or something.
Yes, me too.
Like sometimes I'll drink black coffee if I'm like fasting or something, and I'm like, I can do it, but I prefer at least like a little bit of milk or cream or something to kind of like, you know,
take the edge out.
Yeah,
a
exactly.
little bit.
Those are my words exactly. To take the edge off, because it can just be a little bitter. Dutch Bros. Dutch Bros is. Do they not have that in New York? Do they?
They don't, and I've really wanted to try it.
Okay, next time you're here, we'll go to Dutch Bros.
For sure.
That's a plan. So next time Manvi's here, Dutch Bros is on the list. It's good. They're sweet drinks. They have really like
cool combinations.
A lot of flavor. I mean, they don't even have a menu. Like you basically have to get on the app, and it's like just
drink.
The flavors are crazy. Wow. So endless flavors there. Okay, I kind of asked this one to you, the pendant or the ring, and we both were like, it's tough.
It's tough.
It's tough to choose really tough. Because especially when you're in the world of jewelry, it's like
you love everything.
Yeah,
I agree.
You want to enjoy it all. Okay, early bird or night owl?
I think I am a night owl. I would want to become an early bird because I feel like we can accomplish so much throughout the day. But I think I'm a night owl.
Yeah, I struggle with that too. That's been a goal. I'm like, I'm going to get up at 6 a.m. every day.
So hard.
And it's like, oh my goodness, it's so tough. Like,
it really is.
I feel like I get like a burst of energy at night, and it's like,
you can do things.
Yeah,
and like in the morning, if I wake up early, it's like, it takes me a while to like really wake up. So then that you lose that edge that you had from waking up early by that time. So,
I know. I'd like to transition, like maybe one day. Yes, but I always say, I feel like I zombie walk from like my bed to my coffee maker.
I relate to that.
And I'm just like, I don't even think I'm really awake. I'm just like
how I'm even up is the question.
Yes.
It really is.
I start my coffee and I go walk my dog while my coffee's brewing, and then I don't think it's till I have the first sip of coffee that I'm actually like
I agree. And awake. I understand that.
And then I'm like, oh, okay. This isn't
like
so bad.
Like your spirit is up. It's like you physically, your body is like not even there.
I'm like, what am I doing right now? So I totally relate on that also. It's like at night I can get inspired by things. I agree.
Like, and it's too late to do the things half the time. But it's so much easier, I think, at night because we at least have some energy. But for us early that are not early risers.
Yeah.
But
you get that little surge. I'll be like, man, I should organize my closet right now.
I agree.
Like, this is the worst time to do it, but I suddenly have the motivation to do it.
I agree.
Okay, books or television?
I really love TV and watching like different TV shows and movies. I love like cinema, but I wish I was a reader of books. Like I've read a few books here and there, and there's such a cool world to dive into that I wish I could be a more avid book reader. But I think for right now, like I do watch more TV and movies.
Yeah. I think I'm 50-50. I've become a bigger book reader. I think
it's such a good world.
Once you find certain books you love, and it's like you can't stop
into them.
Yeah,
it's even more like awe-inspiring and entertaining than I think even TV could be at times. It's such a cool world that you dive into.
Yeah, and I think sometimes you get so much detail.
Yes.
And just like
such intensity. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
What like shows or movies have you been lately? What have you loved?
I have to think about this actually. Oh no, I do love Gossip Girl. I think it's a fun show to just like watch.
New York native too,
and it's New York native. Yes, agreed. I think that, and then in a recent movie I watched,
your outfit is very Gossip Girl too. Your cute little sweater.
I
love it so much.
Thank you. But yeah, I just love. I think. General, like just going and watching every type of movie, I think, but right now it's not coming to my head.
Yeah,
but
that's.
I love rom-coms. I think that's my guilty pleasure. Rom-coms are like my favorite type of movie.
I love rom-coms as well, and I kind of miss. I think you might be a little bit younger than me, but like the 2000s, like early 2000s rom-coms.
Those were the best.
It was like the golden era of rom-coms.
Those were the best.
Because now I go and I'm like, okay, like
Princess Diaries. I love that series.
Those are like
I love that series.
That was the golden age. I'm like, we need more movies like that again.
Oh, like someone says Gilmore Girls. That was a good one
Gilmore Girls.
That was a good one.
Probably one of my all-time favorites. Isaac said I like buying books and not reading them. I definitely fall into that category sometimes. I'll be at the bookstore. I'm like, ooh, that.
That sounds good. I've done it too. I'm like, that is my habit too.
And it sits on the
shelf. I'll read it and then it's not the time.
Yeah, exactly. I I have a pretty massive shelf of books that some are books I've read and I love, and so I keep them. And then I normally like donate my books, but some I'm like, oh, I love it so much I keep it. And then others are ones that they've been sitting there a while. I'm like, I should probably tackle those or
I feel that.
gift them somewhere. We kind of covered this too. White gold or yellow gold? I think I know the answer.
I think yellow gold.
Yes.
I don't know why I lean towards it, but there was a time where I loved white gold. Like a few years ago, I would only wear that, like whiter tones, but then yellow gold really caught my eye, so then now it's yellow.
Yeah.
But
I love yellow gold. I think, but I was also a white gold person
yeah,
at a time.
I guess it switches sometimes.
It kind of changes with, I feel like there's trends in that
yes,
as well.
I agree.
But then I feel like now I'm kind of like, I'm set. Like I'm
okay, that's
set
good. That's good.
in my yellow gold. Like I got a tennis bracelet in yellow gold, and I was like, I think that was
This
like
is a
the
good-
determining, like,
that now
this
you have
is
to
where,
stick.
like, it's yellow gold. And not that I won't incorporate, I have a ton of like sterling silver, like cable bracelets and bangles that I'll wear with my tennis
Sometimes
bracelet.
it
And
looks
it's like,
good to mix
yeah,
and match
it
too,
does.
which I like sometimes.
yeah,
for sure.
like we were saying with the bracelets. I mean,
yes.
mixing, there's no rules anymore
No.
about like, oh, everything has to be yellow gold, everything has to be sterling silver or white gold or platinum. You can mix and match everything.
I agree.
It's almost
I
like
agree.
better sometimes like that, just having, you know, kind of this dynamic look on your wrist or on your neckline, even mixing like chains and stuff. It's really fun.
I agree.
Okay, diamonds or colored gems?
That's a tough question. Both have such beauty to them. I think I really appreciate diamonds, like even colored diamonds. It's so cool to see the world of how they're made. But I have to say, gemstones have some sort of beautiful mystic world to them, how they're created, the different colors they come in. It's sometimes so astonishing that a color can be even made in a gemstone at that intensity. So I think gemstones, for really the uniqueness of them, that I really love. But diamonds are very interesting to me, like how the colored world of that works. So.
Yeah, and they probably hold a special place in your heart too, because your line is majority
very
diamonds, right?
oriented. Yeah.
And then your dad's jewelry that he designed, was it very diverse? Was there like something he specialized in, kind of?
Yeah, he does more like higher end classic jewelry, more like solitaire or like more traditional classic jewelry, and he focuses a lot on gemstones. So my love for gemstones comes from seeing all the different types of stones he utilizes, and that's where that. But I also love opals. Opals are so pretty too as a stone.
That rainbow display.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Such a
Gemstones are magical.
They are,
and
truly are.
Like I mentioned, like pre-Shop LC, I was working like women's apparel, so jewelry was not something that was familiar to me. And I am always shocked when I see certain gemstone colors. I'm like,
know, right?
How does this exist in nature? Like, how
is it even
this
possible?
Just like a natural thing? Like, this is just
That's
found
crazy.
in nature. Like,
it is crazy.
it's so beautiful. You would imagine it would have to be, you know, made, but it's naturally occurring, which is like so
cool.
amazing
It's
to
really
me.
cool.
Yeah. And so is your dad so excited with you following in his footsteps and doing jewelry?
He is very excited. At first it wasn't like my path, I guess. I never thought of it as the path, but I feel like sometimes your destiny is just to go in this direction and to falling in a very beautiful place that now this is what I do.
Yeah. It's like we make plans and then life just
happens to go, and it's beautiful. But
oh, that's sweet. It's sweet that you can carry on
kind
of a family tradition.
I agree.
And is any of your other, do you have siblings? Or?
Yes, I do. I have a little sister. She's in 11th grade.
Oh my goodness.
She's still a baby. But
Aw, do you think she'll want to get into jewelry, or think she's like gonna go her own way?
I think she's gonna go her own way. She's really into medical, so she wants to become a physician.
That's completely different.
Very
path.
different. Very different world.
Good for her though, because I like anybody.
She's very inspired about that. So.
Yeah, anybody who can endure that amount of schooling. Like,
I agree. I completely agree.
You do it, because I mean we
it's
need
inspiring.
medical professionals.
It's really inspiring.
It is.
Yeah, it's a world of its own.
Yeah,
which is so cool. World, agreed.
It is. I watch the medical shows and I'm like,
they're so cool.
I know
the world that they are, but it's so stressful. But it's so cool, like where they learn and how they deal with situations. It's very cool.
Yeah, like I could never do it. I'd pass out at the sight of blood.
I feel that. I really do.
I'm like,
it's too much to handle.
I'm very squeamish,
I feel
but
that.
for the people that can do it, I'm
admirable.
So admirable,
It is
yes.
admirable, for sure.
Okay, savory or sweet snacks?
I for sure think sweet. I
Okay.
love sweet. I
Yes.
think one of my baddest habits is I need a sweet every single day. Some
Yes.
sort, any
Oh my
form.
gosh.
Any
Okay.
form of sweet.
This is me because I feel like I need a treat every day.
I know,
like
right?
I
It
have
feels
to.
incomplete. It's like you miss a day and you're like, okay, the next day I'm
Yes.
gonna recoup for that and I have two. It's like that much. I love
Okay, I haven't
sweets.
incorporated that yet. I might have to
Do
start
it.
if
It's
I
like
miss my
it gives
treat.
you a treat next day. You're an extra treat.
Oh my gosh, we were last Friday. It was like at a little concert with friends, and afterwards, someone said, "Oh, do y'all want to go get desserts?" And our one friend said, "Oh, I don't do desserts." And our friend was like, "I don't think I trust you anymore."
Exactly.
Like, I don't think I can trust someone
I
who
don't
doesn't
think we
like
can be friends
sweet.
anymore.
It's
That's
like,
it.
You don't like dessert? Like, that's the best part of anything, is getting your desserts. We have so many comments here.
Yes.
Lauren has taught us it's nice to mix the gold. Yes. Walmart has a whole series. You need to be friends. Y'all have a lot. We do have a lot of comments. The
Yes.
questions are cracking me up because I'm like, oh my gosh, yes,
the same
that's like
people.
my personality.
I love
But I'm right there with the treats. It's gotten to a
treats
bad.
are really.
It's gotten to a bad
They're an
level.
addiction.
I'm like, okay, I've got to cut myself off, but still, I feel like at the end of the day, you have like a little something. Just
And it picks
you
you
know.
up a little
It
bit.
does. Elias knows. I'm like, I already told him because tomorrow we work together all day, and I was like, it's a Saturday. On our lunch break, we're going to get a crumble cookie. Like, that's going to be our
yes.
treat to get us through the day.
Oh my god.
And
I'm a
encourage
firm
us.
believer in treats. Like, they really pick you up, I
They
feel.
do.
I really.
And
I'm
like
firm
being
believer.
in New York too, I feel like you have access to so many great treats.
Yeah, there are a
Like,
lot of
so
dessert type things
Yes,
for
like
sure.
so many bakeries.
Yes.
And so many little just like family owned places where you can go in and get a little pastry
I
or
agree. And those are the best places.
They
the
are.
family owned bakeries. I agree.
it's always the
And
best.
such an authentic like spin each of them, so you
Yeah.
really get to try different types.
They're doing it their own way.
I agree.
Okay, cooking or going out to eat?
Ooh, that's really tough. I love going out, but I also love home cooked meals. There's such a warmness to like making your own meal sometimes. You can adjust it, you can make it how you like it. So I think home cooked, but
Yeah.
I do love going out once in a while for sure.
Yeah. There's a nice feeling. I think there's a nice feeling when you cook a meal
Yes.
and then it's complete and you sit down and you eat it.
It's like
And it's just-
rewarding in some way.
Yeah, it's kind of therapeutic too.
Yes.
You're like
you
in
can
there
debrief.
cooking.
Yeah.
Maybe you have music, maybe you have a podcast, and then like you're cooking and then you sit down. It's like, I did that. It's like this little
agree.
accomplishment, this little,
I agree.
did that.
I agree.
Okay, mountains or ocean?
I think mountains. I love scenic beauty,
Okay.
but I can't give away oceans too because
Yeah.
they're also so beautiful. They're like two worlds of scenic.
Yeah,
It's like you can't
there you
pick.
go.
But I think mountains are so cool. The natural formations that happen in like different mountains are so admirable to see.
Yeah.
So I think mountains, but I can't say that I don't appreciate good ocean views and
Yeah.
ocean areas.
Yeah, and you can get inspiration on all of them. I feel
Yes.
like anywhere you
I do
go.
love nature. Yeah.
Okay, a hoop or a stud earring?
That is tough. I think studs because I feel like I can put them on really quickly. You don't have to think too much into it. But then on the other hand, hoop elevates an outfit so much. Like you can
does.
just put on a hoop and that's it. You're like done for
Yeah.
the day. So both have their pros, but I think studs because like you can just keep on with that stud for a while. Like you don't have
Yeah.
to change it off.
You could keep it on,
Yeah.
sleep in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I'm definitely
There's
a.
that.
Our live stream viewers know I am a crazy hoop girl.
I
Like,
love hoops.
I feel like I put on a hoop.
It gives
and
you like
it
a personality
changes
for
my
the day.
Yeah, it changes my
Yes.
personality. I put it on
Yes.
and I'm like, oh, okay, or like
this is what I am today.
yeah, like here we go. Or like I don't
agree.
like my outfit one day and I'm like, let me put on my hoops, and I put on a hoop and I'm like, oh, okay, I look
It
good.
happens.
Like
yes.
it just changed the whole vibe.
I
So
agree.
I'm definitely a hoop person. I like studs that you can wear them all the time, but man, putting on a hoop just
It elevates it.
It
That's what I
changes
feel.
me. I'm like, I walk into a room like, I'm confident. Like the hoop just gives
Yes.
you this
That
confidence.
vibe. Like I feel like a hoop can really change you. Like every single day, give you a different feeling.
Yeah.
And a different persona, I guess.
Yeah,
It really puts that on. Yeah.
I'm like I will be wearing like leggings and a t-shirt and have hoops on because I'm like, a hoop just,
Great.
it's like, okay, I look very casual, but I have my hoop on, so I'm put together and I'm like
Added a fun element
ready to
to
go
it.
out into the
Yeah.
world. All right, that was our rapid fire. I feel like we got to know you well too in our rapid fire. So, Elias, what should we do next? I see you got a piece pulled up. You have the Starry Night collection,
Ooh.
which I think I'm wearing
You're
those
rocking
earrings
the
already.
earrings.
So let me grab the pendant for that. We are going to move into, okay, Elias, or Isaac. I'm sorry, Elias. I keep calling Isaac Elias. Isaac said I would eat out every day if it wasn't so expensive.
I feel that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to
It's
pick.
definitely expensive to eat out every day, but there are weeks where sometimes it's like there's just
It's
not
so hard to
time.
cook. Yes, I agree.
Time to shop, or like probably this week you're here and then
it
there, and
happens.
it's like
It happens, yeah.
you don't have the opportunity to grocery shop, but so yeah, it adds up too if you're trying to create recipes. So
Yeah,
there's like
that's also true.
Because
Yeah, I
sometimes
agree.
I think with a recipe you're trying
You
to
have
make something.
get all these new items for that one particular
that
recipe,
you
so it
never
ends up
use
becoming
again.
more expensive
Yeah.
to make at home. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so this is going to be, we're entering back into a little bit of shopping. We want y'all to be able to get in on these Clarte pieces while we have that coupon code. So I want to make sure we get to our pieces. We are moving into the Starry Night collection. I've been wearing, I didn't get it on quick enough, so I had one of the earrings on, but I feel like my hair covers this side. This is the Starry Night collection. We're starting with the pendant. Are we starting with the pendant, Elias?
Whichever you prefer.
We could start with the have you scanned anything?
Nope.
Okay, we'll start with the pendant.
All right.
We're starting with the pendant, which they're pretty much a
Very
match. Just,
yes,
almost a
yes,
match.
it
Essentially,
is.
just the bail is a little bit larger
Yes.
than kind of the base
Mhm.
of that earring. But the Starry Night, this one, again, I love this. The Manvi is including the 18-inch chain with all of these pendants. We see so many pendants without a chain, and I think it kind of gives people this anxiety of like, oh, I don't know.
I
Like,
don't know where to match that chain to this
Right.
specific pendant. Yeah.
like I don't have a vermeil chain. Like,
Yes.
what can I do? And I'm always like, you can do anything. But I love that these are all coming with the vermeil chain, so you don't have to think about it. You just get it home and enjoy. This one is going to be done in vermeil yellow gold, and then you just have the bottom loop, and I'm going to let Manvi go through the inspiration, but the bottom loop, you have this sprinkling of your moissanite, and then this top loop, it's completely covered in the moissanite, and the covering goes all the way up through the bail as well. So you're getting 62 points of beautiful moissanite, all in that vermeil yellow gold. And we're going to kind of get the inside scoop on the Starry
Sure.
Night.
So the Starry Night collection was inspired by like Starry Nights, but also a painting called The Starry Night by Van Gogh.
Oh, wow.
And if you see in that painting, the stars are really the show of that, like how they're scattered and how they make the whole universe of that painting come to life. So when I was designing this piece, I really wanted to replicate like the sky and the beauty of stars and how they truly every night shine a different way, are in different positions. So in this pendant, if you can see that the last circle at the bottom has this beautiful scattering of multiple sizes of moissanite in different places. The top replicates clusters of stars, and then the top of the bail just connects all the three worlds. So it's a beautiful connection of that.
It
and it's
is.
inspired by that.
Oh, that's a perfect. Elias, are we able
Mm-hmm.
to see if we could get like a little image of that artwork on the back screen?
Yes. There we go. Sorry.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, I mean the painting. I'm sorry.
Oh yes,
Would we be able?
would be cool.
It's Starry Night by Van Gogh.
Oh yes. Let me get that out.
that's cool. Yeah.
Thank you. Then we could kind of show people
Yeah.
who aren't familiar with it, what that looks like. Wow. So here's the pendant, and it's one of those pieces. I feel like with your pieces,
Yeah.
they are so dainty. So many of
very
them,
dainty
and just feminine.
I agree. I completely agree.
Which is what jewelry should be, right? We want it to be feminine, we want it to be dainty, but you get so much sparkle at the same time with the moissanite. Just, it's beautiful. And you have the chain, so it's ready to wear. I slip it on y'all. I did not wear the right neckline today. I picked this outfit this morning and did not think about the neckline, but it's just a beautiful piece. And you do have the earrings, and they're really the perfect match. They're essentially the same. You just have a little bit, where you have the bail, the base of that earring is just a little bit smaller, but you have those two kind of intertwined loops. The one that just has those beautiful scattered moissanite, like Manvi was explaining, and then that moissanite covered kind of inner loop at the top there that links those together. Oops, there we go. And I'll put this onto the neckline. And all of these, again, y'all, 18 inches. The Starry Night, these are just going to be in your Vermeil Yellow Gold. So these are going to come in the Vermeil Yellow Gold with the moissanite. That is going to be your option on the Starry Night collection. This is one that I think, sometimes I feel like when you have corresponding pieces, if you wear them all together, it could almost be too much. But I feel like these go really nicely together.
Yeah, and when I was designing it, I really wanted to make sure that they seamlessly blend. It doesn't look too matchy-matchy, and you can always mix and match these pieces also. Right. So that versatility is always there as well.
Well, like, I mean, everything. Like, if you...
it
everything
could go
has
through
this,
together.
Yeah, like, everything ties together. You can definitely see any of these pieces and go, oh, okay, that's part of the Clarte line. Like, it's very, it just it's all kind of.
I completely agree.
It's the brand represents itself very well.
Thank you.
Okay, so here is that Starry Night.
Yes.
Thank you, Elias, for pulling that up for us. So this is the painting, the inspiration, which I'm familiar with now that I'm looking at. I'm like, okay, it comes back to me. That is the painting that is the inspiration behind the Starry Night pendant and the Starry Night earrings. How cool is that?
Yeah.
And that then goes back to your fine arts.
Yeah, that's
your fine
really,
arts background, pulling that in. That's so neat. Oh my goodness. It's so cool that you have that background to give you these different influences. So you're drawing things from your adventures, from your travels, from your experiences, but you're also drawing things in from that background of fine art. And so they just, all these different ways that you're inspired is really neat.
Thank you.
All right, so this will be item 113 on the pendant, and then the earrings, those will be 114. So I kind of presented those together. So 113 is the pendant, and then 114 are the coordinated earrings. So you could wear them together. What was the price point on the pendant, Elias?
We are looking at it, yeah.
There, thank you. $174.99. Again, you guys, a 5-star review across the board. That says something. It really does. I always say on here, and I feel like as humans, like, it's our nature to kind of incline towards the negative. Like, we're quicker, like, if we're out to dinner or we're doing something, we're quicker to, like, complain sometimes, like, if the food's not hot, or you're quicker to say, oh, like, the food's not hot, versus if the food comes out and it's amazing and the waiter's great. You don't necessarily verbalize.
I really agree with that.
Like, you don't say, oh, could I ask for the manager, just to be like, oh my gosh, the food was amazing. It's not like our nature, I feel like. We're so much quicker to be like, oh, like, there was an issue. But our customers, it's so interesting to me, because they are so quick to compliment and to come in with the 5-star reviews, which is just not normal to me. I feel like if you look at, like, Amazon or like travel websites, if I'm looking up hotels, I'm always reading the reviews, and I'm like, some of them I'm like, it's kind of tough to tell, because you have a 2-star to 5-star.
Yeah, it's really tough. It really is.
People can be very quick to complain about the littlest things, and so our customers, I'm always amazed at just, it shows too, I think, the jewelry, because it's like they're so quick to want to compliment. They want to share their experience. So Dee said, Clarte Starry Night pendant, attractive medium-sized pendant, sparkly, chic, understated elegance. That's a great description for that pendant, understated elegance. And then Sherry said, love it. I really like the necklace and matching earrings. I wish the pendant was a bit larger. So we appreciate that feedback, Sherry. And I think too, if you looked at other Clarte pendants, you're mentioning this one's a little bit more dainty.
Yes.
But if you looked at other Clarte pendants, like,
you can find a balance.
Yeah, like, bigger. Some of them are a bit bolder, have a little bit bigger look. So there really is something for everyone. I was taking a peek at our questions there. Manvi did not draw that.
No,
that was
that's a inspiration.
Yes, that's the inspiration for the Starry Night collection. So that's a Van Gogh painting. Our comment section's funny sometimes with reading the things. Okay, so what do we have next, Elias? So the earrings. I'm sorry. Did I say the price on the earrings?
I don't think you did.
Okay, the earrings are $199, 25% off. They're going to come in at $149.99. Those have a 5-star review as well. Your budget pay is going to be under $40. So you could easily get that set and have a budget pay. If you did budget pay on both of them, you'd be a budget pay around like $80 or so. So you could get the entire set home, start enjoying it now for around about $80. So that's the beauty of budget pay. We want you to get these home, start experiencing them as soon as possible. All right, that will be item 114 for the earrings, 113 for the pendant. Again, y'all, if you're gonna get one, I would use the budget pay and get both because I think they make a really nice set.
Yeah.
And I don't always love sets. Sometimes I'm like, oh, it's too much to be, like you said, too matchy-matchy. But they make a really beautiful set. And you could still wear them separate, but they look really nice together too.
Thank you.
All right. Ooh, okay. This one's so exciting.
I do love this one too.
This is the Clarte Trisecta collection. This ring is so cool. It's so different. So with this ring, you actually have 3 rings in one. So when you slip this on, you have the option to wear it as a moissanite. You can flip it, and you have your multi-sapphire, and then you flip it again, and you have ruby. So you're getting 3 different rings, 3 different looks, 3 gemstone varieties in one, which is just so neat. I think this is when we were talking about the shapeshifter thing last time.
Yes, I believe
just being able to switch something up, even if it's just like
a slight detail.
yes,
Yeah, I agree.
from work to dinner, and you just want to change it up a little bit. Like, it's such a small thing, but it's so easy to do at the same time. You're just moving it around on the finger. This one is going to come in sizes 6 through 10. We do have it in, the other one is sold out, isn't
Yes.
it? Okay, so this will be your only option. I'm glad I noticed that. You're getting 1.5 carats between the ruby, the multi-sapphire, and the moissanite. So you're getting some good carat weight there. But y'all, you actually have 3 rings in one.
Yes.
This is so neat. What brought this to your mind? Like, how did you think of the Trisecta collection?
It was exactly what you were mentioning,
Yeah.
shape-shifting.
Yes.
I feel like as women, we have so many different roles to play, and different like occasions come up unexpectedly sometimes. I wanted there to be a piece of jewelry that allowed the wearer to change their look without any effort.
Yes.
So I think this is where this ring came to mind, and the word trifecta is just a cool play on like a cool innovation, but in the 3 the tri comes in.
Yeah.
So that's where that came from, and I feel like it's also a really fun fidget to keep
Right?
twisting and twisting. That really helps, like, in that way as well.
Yes.
So it's a fun take on that.
Yeah. I remember when, like, the fidget spinners and the little fidget toys were coming out for the kids, and I was like, adults need those.
We
Because I
do.
feel like we have so many little anxieties and things through the day, and it's like, I'm a leg shaker sometimes.
Me too.
And it will, like, drive my friends and family crazy
Stop.
because I'm at
Like,
dinner and I'm, like, doing the leg shake. I'm like, oh my gosh, stop doing that. And it's things like this that it's
can
like,
help, like,
okay,
in the moment.
you
Yeah.
can kind of get rid of that anxious energy or, you know, nervous energy in a different way versus,
agree.
you know, disturbing the whole table with your leg shaking. So yeah, things like this are definitely needed. But it's such a pretty ring. It has, like, a modern feel to it. I think
agree.
more than any of your other pieces, kind of just that loop. It looks
agree.
modern.
It's a little more of a contemporary
Yes.
piece, but the comfortability is definitely there.
Mhm.
Like, even if you like the side shank on each of these 3 sides are very comfortable and very slim to the finger, so it doesn't feel very clunky. But yeah, it's a very cool ring.
It is, and it's designed so perfectly
Thank you.
because it's so easy to change. And you would think there would need to be, like, an element here that would make this more complicated, but it's not. It's like
Yeah.
it's so simplified to have 3 rings in one in this simplified way. It's just so neat. It's so different. I love this one. I do remember us talking about it when we were on air, and just like that kind of changing throughout, even within the day. Whether, you know, it's like, okay, I'm going to wear the moissanite to work. I'm going to be kind of toned down,
Yes.
you know, just fly under the radar. And then I'm going to dinner, I'm pulling out the rubies. Like, you just get to change it, you know, hour by hour if you want, as your mood changes throughout the day. All right, friends, that will be item 115. So comment sold 115 for the trifecta collection. Trifecta. Trisecta, okay. For the Trisecta piece, that is 3 rings in one. What was our price on that, Elias? I'm sorry, I am just skipping the prices because I'm getting so excited here. So we have this at $334.99, sizes 6 through 10, but you are going to get your discount there, so 25% off of your $334. I think it's going to make it, okay, $251. $251 will be your price point on that. Guys, it's a really good discount. And I can honestly tell you, all of these Clarte pieces tomorrow at noon will be this price that you're seeing without the 25% off. The code is only good for 24 hours. So if you are interested in the Clarte pieces, please, please, please order in the next 24 hours. I personally want you to own Clarte jewelry because I love it that much. Every time I see the Clarte pieces, I'm just like, fall in love all over again. The first time we had a Clarte show, it was love at first sight, and I was mesmerized, and I was like, where is this coming from? Like, I just didn't, I was like, where are we getting all this beautiful jewelry? And now getting to know Manvi, it makes it even more special. And so I hope it does the same for y'all. I hope getting to know her personality, where her inspiration comes from, I hope it's the same for y'all. It makes it even more special because we don't always get to know the designers or who's behind these pieces or the story behind the pieces. And so it's so special getting to do this with Manvi. And so I really hope that y'all just take that to heart, let that sink in, what a special opportunity this is. All right, Elias, what are we going to do next?
We are going to do our
okay.
video.
This one is so different. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to let you tell the story of this one because there's a lot behind this, right?
Yeah. So this is actually an award-winning design. It was basically inspired by the natural formation of geode, like crystals, and how when you see a natural crystal before it is cut into a proper faceted piece, it's irregular. So I have done that through the piece of malachite having mixed shapes right in the center. Mm-hmm. And the side has all the scattering twinkle of a traditional natural crystal. Yeah. And it's a beautiful ring. Another cool detail is everything is hand placed. The malachite is hand cut, and then the individual diamonds have to be placed within the malachite.
Wow.
So it's a really cool art. I feel like it's a way of
it's
like a sculpturally piece done. I love that piece. I think the green really helps elevate the color.
It does.
But
yeah, it's really captivating. The malachite, it's striking. It stands out, catches the eye instantly. Mm-hmm. And then you do have that glimmer there, like you were saying.
Yes.
Like a crystal formation there right on the edge. But guys, everything is like hand placed, hand cut. These are hand done pieces. It's those little details that sets Clarte apart. And so we really got to take note of that and appreciate that when you're looking at these price points, you're getting jewelry that you've got a hand cut malachite, you've got hand placed moissanite stones, and it's Manvi's award-winning piece. And she still was willing to share it with us here at Shop LC and bring it to each of you. That is so special. It's so exciting. We just are so appreciative. And this is that piece. It's like a work of art. It really is. There's so much detail and everything about it. Even the bottom, I feel like being flat is so comfortable when you put this on. Because being something that's so like, I don't even know what the word I'm trying to think of, like geometrical almost. Mm-hmm. It has this like geometric look to it. It could feel like it could look like it might not be comfortable, but you put it on and the interior there is round. So it wraps around the finger, but the bottom is flat. So it's very comfortable to wear.
Easy access to like if you're holding something or placing your finger. It's very comfortable. And then the arches in the side of the shank are tapered to how your finger naturally rounds. So it's easier for you to wear.
It is. It's so comfortable, so easy to wear. And it's like one of those pieces. If I saw this on someone's hand, I would think either one, it's like an heirloom piece that they got from a family member, or I would think like, oh, you had that designed and custom made. That's the look that you get from this. It's a very, really like a very, very expensive look, and it's an award-winning piece, you guys. That's so, so neat. It's so neat to have Manvi's collection here, but for her to bring her award-winning piece and kind of make those little alterations for us here at Shop LC, that is just so neat, you guys. You can actually own Manvi's award-winning piece. That is this geode collection, and it has the malachite, hand-cut malachite, hand-placed moissanite right there in the center of that malachite. Now this will be item 116. What were our sizes available, Elias? Please.
There we go.
Okay, sizes 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now size 6 is sold out. I always do say if there's something that you absolutely love, click on that little bell emblem. That will allow you to input your email. If we somehow get another in stock, you will be able to be notified instantly via email and get that piece to you. We did have a 5-star review on this from Bridget. Bridget said, great looking ring, beautiful workmanship. I love all my Clarte pieces. Y'all, Bridget's hopped on board with Clarte. She has multiple pieces. And I think any of you out there today who placed an order for one of these Clarte pieces, this is going to just be your introduction to Clarte. And the next thing you know, you're going to have a little Clarte collection. Because I feel like when you see these in person, when you feel the textures that we were talking about, like all these hand-done textures, that's when you really understand the quality behind Manvi's pieces. It's when you get to feel it and see it for yourself, really.
I agree.
Because we can only do so much through the camera, I think. But like feeling jewelry, it's a totally different experience.
I agree.
So that will be item 116. Place your order, comment sold 116. Use the coupon code LIVE25, get 25% off. We do have a 30-day joy guarantee. If you get it home and it doesn't fit perfectly, if you get it home and it doesn't match something you were trying to match, you have 30 days of easy returns. You can utilize your budget pay, but give Clarte a try. This is going to come to $142 after your discount code. So $142, friends, for an award-winning piece of jewelry. That is just so exciting. All right, I think we have time probably for one more, Elias, and then we'll wrap up a couple little farewell questions with Manvi.
Of course.
Ooh, there we go.
Should we do some hoops next?
Oh, we could do hoops. Yeah, let's end on hoops. That's a great idea.
I feel like the comments y'all made earlier with the hoops.
Elias, you know my love for hoops.
Yeah, I was gonna say, from a guy's perspective, I love seeing women in hoops too.
All right, so we have the Soul Mar collection, and there's quite a few pieces in the Soul Mar collection. So the pieces we don't get to, you can look at those. Elias is going to scan everything in, so you can still order those behind the scenes and utilize your coupon code. Now, I have the hoopin', I have the vermeil yellow gold. We also have a platinum over sterling. So the vermeil yellow gold, they're both. Those are
white. That's multi.
Multi, yes. Okay. So, Elias, is this? Do I have? Okay. Are they the same? So the platinum over sterling is going to be the moissanite, and then Elias, are we down to? Well, is it a different item number for the?
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. You don't have to get them out, but it will be a different item number. I have the multi sapphire on. So they have an edge of moissanite, but then they have a sprinkling of multi-sapphire. There's also a vermeil option with simply the moissanite. So if you just want that classic look that you're seeing with the platinum over sterling silver. So the moissanite options, those are going to be item 117, and you can select either the vermeil yellow gold or the platinum over sterling. You're getting 1.2 carats of moissanite on those. And I kind of remembered the inspiration between the Soul Mar, but I'll let you explain to our viewers.
So Soul Mar is basically, if you remember going to the beach some days, when the ocean comes over the sand and leaves behind sea glass and sea rocks and this whole scattering of them, this is basically the ocean meeting and leaving those things. So the more cluster of those irregular mosanites resemble the ocean's horizon line, and then the scattering on top is the sea glass and all of that natural that is left irregularly.
That's such a beautiful representation. Like, I can see that when I look at these, because you do see, you know, the water comes up and it kind of leaves all these things behind as it goes back out, and then you just see kind of that moving into the water. So beautiful. We will have the moisten options again. Those were 117, and then Elias is going to scan in the multi-sapphire. So if maybe you got the multi-sapphire ring earlier in the show and you kind of want to mix and match, like we were mentioning, all of these collections are so interchangeable. There's so many options. Oh, thank you, Elias. Okay, here's your classic vermeil yellow gold with the moissanite. Ooh, I love these. There are the classic options. They are.
So you can always like mix and match if that's.
Yeah, and I'm trying to see if we have the rings.
I think so.
And the rings, I remember us doing this on the show with the rings because
You
if you
do different combinations.
you can combine the rings, y'all.
And
If you
really
wanted to get 2 of the Solmar rings, you can put them like inward together or the other way.
Yeah, where it like creates like a hamburger
Yeah.
effect,
And
you
it-
can even add like eternity bands in between, and it's
Yes.
like keeps add to that stack.
Like you can layer
It's
them
really
up
pretty
so
one.
it creates a really like thick row of moissanite in the center and then the sprinkling on the out, or you could turn it the other way where you have these outer edges of that really prominent moissanite.
Yes.
So many just ways to get creative with your Clarte jewelry. So the earrings are going to be $117 for the moissanite, $118 for the multi sapphire. Right, Elias?
The multi sapphire, they didn't actually give it to us in the auction.
Okay.
So
So you're just
actually
gonna put
bringing
the
it in
item.
comment section. Yes.
Okay, awesome. And if y'all have any issues with the coupon code, since it's not scanned in, our personal shoppers can help you with that. Their number is 888-835-2237. And they'll help you get the multi-sapphire if you want to utilize your coupon code. All right, we are going to wrap up our jewelry. I'm going to ask Manvi just a couple more questions before we have to say goodbye. Hopefully next time she's in town, she'll come back on the live stream with us. And hopefully we'll see you soon.
Of course.
Hopefully,
Yes, yes.
you know, in the next few months or so. Okay, so where do you see the Clarte line moving in the next 10 years or so?
I hope to get it where it becomes an enjoyable name for every woman out there, where they can think of the name and it brings a smile to their face, and it becomes a destination for women to like meet and like hang out and like talk about their love for fine jewelry while looking at fine jewelry. And more than that, a place where they feel comfortable to come into to ask questions about fine jewelry. They don't even have to ask questions about the particular piece, to feel more comfortable in that area, and to become a destination for really women and them to feel happy and empowered.
That's so exciting. I want to see this all come to pass. I'm like, I'm going to be watching over this time frame because I just love that mindset and that idea. And then finally, what is your advice? And we've kind of gone over things, but what is your advice for styling Clarte jewelry?
I really feel like the best thing I can say is make it your own. Like, there's no rules or regulations that I feel like you have to do with jewelry. Do what your heart feels like, mix and matching. If that's metals, do it. If that's different collections, like my main goal when I was designing these collections is that adaptability, that you can mix and match, and it would be very comfortable to do, but also very easy due to the mixing of elements within each piece. There are some similar ones in each, so that helps you as the wearer to like really feel open and free to make these changes.
Yeah.
So I guess that.
I love that. That is perfect for this line too. It's such a great line to just be yourself and like do it your way, kind of be creative and go your route. Well, thank you so much, Manvi, for joining us on the live stream. We cannot wait, y'all. I know you're thinking it too. We cannot wait to have Manvi back here at Shop LC in the studio on the live stream as well. Manvi, safe travels today. Thank you so much for taking your time to go on the live stream with us.
Of course, I had such a blast, and I hope that I see you guys soon again.
Yes, I'm sure we will be. All right, friends, I will be back with you at 2 p.m. Elias and I will be back. What are we doing? Is it Appetite today? No, Kunzite. We have Kunzite at 2 p.m. So get excited for that. Kunzite coming up at 2 p.m. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your Friday. If I don't see you till next week, enjoy your weekend. Make sure you tell the people you love them. All right, bye, friends. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bringing us down.